Sometimes we do that, our faces. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Just give us a minute here.
Yep.
We are oh,
Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is Lori Baracco
Crystal Childs.
and welcome to Mystical Times. It is Monday, Christmas Eve, December 24th. Uh, Usually I am hosting the show with Joanna, and she's taking some time to visit with her family on the other coast. Her 3 children are over there, and she's spending some mama time with them.
I don't know what to say.
And so, and so, Crystal is here filling in and as my guest co-host today. Thank you,
Hello.
Crystal, for joining me.
That might be not so much of a thank you at the end, but that's okay.
No, it's perfect. Shoot, we've done this before. And so I see that Nancy is joining us today. Hello, Nancy. It's so good to see you. It was wonderful
Hi,
to see you
Nancy.
yesterday, and I'm going to get closer to Crystal to get in the picture. Alrighty, so this is the beginning of a new week. And what I'd like to do on Mondays is to start off with a prediction. So we're going to get 2 predictions. We're going to get my version of what I think this week looks like and Crystal's version of what she sees for us. And this is something that a lot of people don't usually realize, that if you're going to go to different readers, you are going to get different views, possibly different insight, because everybody taps into their intuition from a different frequency or dimension or level.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
But different words, but the same meaning.
Sometimes a reader will pick up on this area, so say finances, and then you go to somebody else and then they're talking about your health. All is purposeful. One is not more important than the other. These are both points of view for you to listen to and to pay attention to.
And I've had friends that will come to me and say, "Well, they didn't even mention my 3 kids, or they didn't even mention this. They must not be good." And that wasn't the message. You know, you have 3 children. That's not important. If there was something coming up, then that would be important. I just said your kids aren't important.
Maybe there isn't anything significantly
Thank you.
different coming up for the children
Exactly.
right then.
Exactly. So the important thing is when you're going to a reader is not to have any expectations and go in with an open mind.
That is when I notice that those are the best readings. It's the best flow that I have with myself and the client, is when they don't try to control the reading.
Yes, yes, I love that. Some of my more open clients are the younger not children, but kids that come in and they're so open and they are it's like you could read what they had for breakfast. That's how open they are. So no expectations.
No expectations. And I see Angie just joined us as well.
Hi, Angie.
And I'm going to go a little bit off topic, but I did download a different chat and I haven't played with it, and I don't think this is the format to play with it yet, because I know that you could do different things. Although I should open up the chat part so you can ask questions or commentary there as well. All right, and the chat for those who are here on the link is at the bottom part to the right hand side. If you are watching us through Ustream, if you go to our online community, which is www.themysticalmoon.ning.com, you will be able to participate in some of the things that we have going on here, and you would go to the Life on the Moon tab. So back on course. I have pulled 3 cards to see what I see coming up for this week. However, I did pull the card that says news of the next card, so I had to pull 4. So I selected, Spirit selected the 4 of Cups, which is this one. Then the Chariot popped up as well. Then the 6 of Wands, and then the Page of Swords. It's funny because then my throat started to close. All right, so what I do see is that this week looks like the best way to have balance would be to choose your battles, would be not to just start, okay, let me back up. You might feel like you're being accused of things or that people are speaking about you in ways that maybe aren't true, think before you speak is what Spirit is saying. Listen to everything that people are telling to you or telling you or communicating to you, because somewhere, may not all be true, but somewhere there is some truth, and you might find yourself in some uncomfortable places this week. So again, select your battles. I like that one saying that people say, do you want peace or do you want happiness, right?
Yes.
Is that,
Yes.
did I say that right? I don't think I did.
Sounded good to me.
Yeah, it's like, do you want peace or to be right? That's what it is.
Okay.
Do you want peace or do you want to be right? And that's something for you to really think about this week for the holidays with family. And I know that a lot of people have noticed that the tolerance for nonsense and all of that is at an all-time low. Do your best to try to project the best possible scenario with family. And some families get along really well. However, our families we have selected for karmic reasons. So yeah, they are our biggest mirrors and or teachers, and so there's always opportunity for growth and for healing within that. But other than that, there is some sort of normalcy or balance. You just have to watch your words and watch your fiery actions.
Good.
Yes.
That being said, what I got on mine is it's important to say positive affirmations. So morning affirmations. So as Lori said, when you have the challenges, or if you know that the challenges are coming up, saying those morning affirmations um, to will open the gates of manifestation for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is have faith. So these are the Doreen Virtues Angel cards. So it's have faith, and your prayers are manifesting. Stay positive and follow your guidance. So it's saying those morning affirmations and having faith that they're going to happen for you. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
manifest for you. Um, this week also, I think it was interesting how you were talking about. I guess something about reflecting or looking at, what was it? Do you want to have peace or do you want to be right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing with your clairvoyance, and that's the clairvoyance card that just opened up here, or flipped over here. And the clairvoyance card, it's about awakening your spiritual sight fully, really recognizing the the proactiveness of yourself instead of the reactiveness. Um, a lot of people are having challenges right now with relationships, whether they're family or with other loved ones, coworkers, and it's knowing everything's going to be okay, but you have to work through it
Mm-hmm.
and recognize your strengths as well as your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
So
Great message. Great, great, great message. Yes, and if anything, with the 12, 21, 12, that's what I have noticed, relationships really being focused upon by spirit and help and giving us opportunity to grow, because that is really how we grow, is through our interaction with other people. Some people think it's separating yourself and going and locking yourself in a room. Well, that's good to regain your balance or your sanity, but then you do have to get back out there and interact. You have the opportunity of doing it differently when you get out there. Yes,
yes,
that's right.
that's right.
All right, so this week we're going to talk a little bit about tea leaves, tea leaf reading. And I had taught this class on Friday night, the psychic development class, and we had a lot of fun. I've had several tea leaf readings from other readers, and it was a lot of fun. How about you, Crystal? Ever have it done?
I've had tea leaf readings done. I've taken the class, and I am not ashamed to say that is not one of my strengths.
Mm-hmm.
I can read the heck out of a bowl of soup. But I can't make anything out of those tea leaves. Nothing. It's like, where's Waldo? I don't see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I find that because I've practiced with it, that I'd wind up closing my eyes and just divining from it.
Yeah.
There were some people in that class who were really, really, really good, and they were able to see, after they pointed it out, the certain pictures and images. But basically how it's done is, well, tea leaf reading has been done for hundreds and hundreds of years. And it's the art, it's an art, first of all. And there is something kind of mystical and magical about drinking the tea and how you touch the cup and then
turn the
turning the
handle.
handle and then how you hand it with your right hand to the reader and all that. It's really cool how all that's done.
It is cool, and I am very in awe when I do have those tea leaf readings and they say this and this and this, because it amazes me, because
Mhm.
it is relevant, and it is a lot of times it does come true,
Mhm.
and how they see things, because they're like, oh, there's a dog, or this is a dog, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay.
And then what? Exactly. And from the tea leaf reading, you can see time frames. You could see initials, people. It's a little bit of everything. And Crystal's going to see if she can kind of see if anybody has any questions within the chat to say anything or comments. We're more than open to that.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
Okay. As soon as
I stop messing up the page.
That's why I kind of looked at you like, what are you doing? Oh, by the way, before I go even more into that, take a look at that main page. Not right now because it'll mess you up with the commercials. But Michelle did a great job making that Christmas banner with Philip,
Yes,
my
she
black
did.
pug. I thought that was a really cool surprise. So I am going to read a little bit about how you can do the tea leaf reading for yourself and to practice. And as with any divination tool, the more that you work with it, the more that you practice, 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 and get your mind to the side where I can't do this, it's so hard, the more clear it will be for you. I can guarantee you, if it was really a calling for Crystal, she would really be able to do it really well.
And
That I know.
And I'm okay with it not being okay.
Right, exactly. All right, so what you would want to do is, you do need your imagination, by the way. So this should be one of the supplies that you bring with you. You would like to have, it is suggested you have a light colored teacup and saucer, some loose tea leaves and water. I will say this, I would not suggest the tea bags, the tea leaf bags, say from Lipton or Bigelow or whatever. They are not the best desired tea leaves for your reading. We have a client who came to the class and I completely forgot that she has a tea leaf company. And it's real. I am going to give her a plug. Her name, it's Paulette McDaniel. It's called the Ideal Tea Leaf, and it's on Metro. And she has her own storefront, and you can actually sample teas and stuff like that. But what you would want are the kind that you get from Tiavana or from Paulette's Place, where you can scoop out those tea leaves, and there are stems and there are flowers, and that's the really higher quality grade for tea leaf reading.
Right, and you want to make sure that they're not too small,
Right.
but they're not so big they don't come out of the teapot.
Right.
So those are trial and error.
Trial and error, as I learned. So what you would want to do is to make yourself a cup of tea, and it is better to have the light colored teacup. Also, you want the loose leaves. You would steep the tea and relax the mind. So as I said, it's kind of like a little ritual, kind of a protocol for you here. It's an event, a ceremony, as to so to speak. You would a couple of minutes are all that's really needed for the steps. So you drink you allow the tea to steep a little bit, and then you sip and you drink it, and you take your time. And what I encourage people to do, you have something to say?
No, I just caught myself doing that weird look I give people. Sorry.
Shiny objects. There goes Crystal. But gonna make me get off track.
Sorry.
So as I'm drinking the tea, I like to think about I'm open. Um, I trust in the guidance that this reader brings forward for me. Then you want to swirl your cup 3 times and gently turn it over onto the saucer. And the liquid and the leaves will be ready to be read on the saucer. And this takes a couple of minutes and practice to do this as well. So if you really want to drink most of the tea. Then you get to take a look, and then this is for yourself. But if a reader was doing this for you, then you would hand the cup to them, and they would help you with the process and tell you what they do see. And then from the positioning, it's a little bit of everything. So you would also want to write down, if you're doing this for yourself, write down the symbols, the signs, the initials, what's significant, the colors that you see. This is all personal interpretation. And if your cup has a handle, you would read it from like 12 o'clock. And you break the cup into three parts: the middle, the rim, the middle, and then the base. And the rim is above the tea level where you poured the tea. And this, the middle is in the middle, of course, and the base is at the bottom where there might even be some tea leaves at the bottom. And sometimes you might even see a circle with the cup. Then that's where you blend your intuition and your imagination. Now, there are books that you can get for the signs and the signals, like that say what bear is or a clock or these different things. Or you can ask yourself, what does this mean to me? You can do that too.
Yes.
And actually, the tea leaf cards that Crystal brought today do have some of those interpretations too. So say if you saw what looked like lightning, this is what this would mean. It would mean
control your anger or you will be sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, that works.
It a quill, which is get back to the basics. What's really cool is I did have for the class I had a chart with all the symbols, and it is a lot of the same things from the tea leaf cards that were the interpretation for the tea leaf reading. Like if you saw a broom, what would it mean?
New home, new attitude.
Nice.
Sleeping away.
Yes. And so with the tea leaf reading, it does, as I said, take your imagination and just kind of going with the flow. And like just some of the symbols, like an apple. If you see an apple, can mean an achievement. If you see bubbles floating to the top, this means money is coming, which is kind of cool. A glossary is not necessary. I can't look at Crystal. A glossary is not necessary, as I said, but it can help you if you get stuck in your head.
Well, and one of the things that I think is important for that is, like Lori said earlier, with your interpretation, because for us who live in Florida, a palm tree is a tree. But for somebody who lives in the Northeast and it's wintertime, or maybe in Alaska, a palm tree might signify vacation. So definitely make your own interpretations if you're looking at a book, not necessarily your not necessarily yours. If you don't resonate with it, then don't follow it. For example, my mom wanted a dream book for Christmas, and I just told her, I said, Mom, if that's what you want, that's fine, but know that just because it says it in the book doesn't make it necessarily so. You might not resonate with it. I have what was it that I was thinking of? Oh, snakes. Like if you see a snake, some people might be afraid, and so, snake might. I think it's like Two-Face or somebody slithering around behind you. But for me, I love snakes. It's a symbol of Kundalini energy. So for me, that would mean something different. So kind of make up, like Lori said, your own symbols and what they mean.
You might even see somebody that you know that looks like them, or their initials, and then you would think, what does this person represent, or what energy or characteristic or personality do they represent to me? Hello, Nancy. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Nancy.
See, Nancy's in the chat. So if Nancy, if you have a question, or if Angie, you have a question, go ahead and ask us. Basically, with any tool of divination, it is and can be of assistance to help with guidance, clarity, and deeper insight. There's a fine line of abusing the methods, by the way, and we do talk about this quite frequently with our clients. I've witnessed many people become codependent on the advice of a psychic, and so we do give you a time frame. Don't want to see you before then.
Yep, exactly.
At least a month, I say.
Yeah. We've actually had to do that a couple times here recently, where it's just not healthy to consult somebody else all the time with every detail. You have to work it out yourself, and that's why we're here, to work out our I guess issues or dilemmas.
or to empower. We're here to help empower other people. And if you're coming to us for every decision, then we're doing a disservice to the client. And we want you to be able to learn new tools, new skills, to get out there and to do things differently for yourself.
And for those of you who may not be very good at tea leaf reading, like I'm not, you can do coffee grounds.
Yes.
Or coffee grinds. How is that pronounced? Grounds or grinds?
Right.
Either way, you know what I mean. And also, I like using soup. I really do. I use like a squash soup or a cream soup, and it's the same thing.
I did not know that about you.
Yeah. So you just take the soup bowl. Same thing. Same as with the tea leaf. You take the soup bowl when they're done eating.
Give me that soup.
Turn it upside down on a plate and turn it. and it's the same. It's the same thing
Mm-hmm.
as the tea leaves. And for me, the soup is a little bit easier to read. So
Mm-hmm. I did not know that about you, Crystal.
yeah, we haven't ate soup together apparently.
I don't think we have. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. Well, so moving on from that, I think give it a try. It's a lot of fun, and if you know, you can always go to a tea leaf reader as well. I do that, but you do have to let me know way ahead of time so I can prepare the tea. Make sure I have the right tea.
So she's not getting the tea that, as Paulette said, is swept up off the floor.
Yeah, she said this stuff is the stuff that they sweep off the floor. I said, what? Oh, actually, for as we were drinking it, she said this is barbaric. I said I've never had anybody describe my class as barbaric.
Barbaric.
So it was a good time though. But everybody really did really well with them. So at least I got that part done. All right, so moving right along, I've selected a couple of crystals to talk about today, as well as Crystal has too. This has been a popular feature that a lot of people have asked for more crystal information. And today, the first stone I have selected is turquoise. And turquoise is a wonderful stone. It's very shamanic. It's one of the most efficient healers, providing solace for the spirit and the well-being of the body. It's a protective stone and has been used for amulets since time. So from the beginning, they have used this beautiful stone for that. It is believed, listen to this, it is believed to change color to warn of danger of infidelity.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can't find my damn turquoise.
Where'd it go? I don't know. Where's your turquoise? I don't know.
I haven't seen it, babe.
Must have went on a walkabout. Anyway, it also provides it promotes spiritual attunement, enhances communication with the physical and spiritual realms. Placed on the third eye, it enhances intuition and meditation. On the throat, it helps release old wounds, and it also helps with release old vows as well. Helps you express yourself more too. Explores past lives and helps you see how you created your fate and what's going on in your life. It's also a purification stone and dispels negativity and energy. So it's pretty cool. Also, I didn't know that this one also helps clear electronic smog.
I did not know that.
Did not know that. So this is turquoise. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy liked our humor. Do you need this?
Oh, I thought you were going to do the other one too.
Oh, you want me to do that one too? I'll do both.
Yeah, I have mine over here.
And I just want for the record to say, Krista was just kidding.
About what? Hey, if people don't know that I'm just kidding, that your turquoise went missing.
There might be some people that my turquoise. I don't have time. Are you kidding me? All right, so this is, oh, I chose kind of two bluish stones, sort of. Okay, fluorite. Fluorite is highly protective, especially on the psychic level. This is a great stone for people that, I've heard this term used a lot, psychic attack. So if you feel like somebody, I'm getting thrown off. What, Angie has a comment.
It says, oh, okay, so this is how I talk to you girls when you are live. Yes, you got it.
Yes, this is right. This is true. So back to what I was saying. Okay, back to business. Some people say that they feel like they're under psychic attack. Psychic attack is really just somebody wishing you not well, basically. That's my definition. Would you agree or anything to add with that?
Sometimes I've had, like, friends who've gone to different shamanic classes where you have to do physical psychic attacks to see what they feel like and to see how to do them. So it's like, yeah, I guess attacking you psychically, but, you know, not wishing you not well. But some people physically attack you psychically, which is interesting because I would never think of doing that. But there are people out there that do.
Yes, 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 yes. The ego out of control, the
Yes.
negative ego out of control. So this helps you discern when outside influences are at work within yourself and shuts off psychic manipulation and undue mental influence. It also helps cleanse and stabilize your aura and is extremely effective against computer and electromagnetic stress. We have this by the computer, by the front desk all the time. So I guess I chose two stones that help with electromagnetic smog. must need that help.
Mhm.
Also, it's good for healing with all kinds. It purifies, cleanses, and dispels anything that is not in order. So the way I see that then is like a defragging of your cells and your chakras in alignment. Helps you put that. Also helps ground and integrate spiritual energy. So this would be bringing in channeling or guides or that type of influence for you. Also, it helps fix patterns of behavior and gently opens the door to the subconscious, bringing up suppressed feelings for resolution. So, great for healing. It's also a great learning aid, helps you process information. For those students, this is fantastic for you as well. So, fluorite. We have tons of it
Fluorite.
here in the store, and I love fluorite. It's beautiful.
Well, the crystal that I chose
Mm-hmm.
is hematite. And I love hematite because hematite is all about grounding and protection. And here's my piece that I really love. So let me just hold it up here. Um, but the thing I love about hematite, for those of you who are um, very sensitive, it takes the hit so you don't have to. As far as it, high energy, high high energy places, or maybe some negative places that you have to go. Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you don't get along with a certain family member, or um, I used to, when I was a teacher, I used to keep it in my pocket.
Mm.
And this is a nice solid piece. And the interesting thing about hematite is I didn't learn about this until, I would say, my early 30s. And I was always, tired or just drained energetically. And I read about hematite dissolving negativity. So I bought a necklace. And we happened to be up in New Jersey visiting at the time. And um, we went up to New York City for a show. And my daughter said, "Mom, I think this is the first time we've been in New York and you haven't run through Times Square."
Mm.
And I thought about it and I said, "You know what? You're right." And
Mm-hmm.
the only thing different was the hematite necklace. It grounded me. It kept the frenetic energy that was around me so that I didn't absorb it. Now
Mm-hmm.
hematite does break easily. For those of you who get the rings, But I've had, especially my daughter, her necklace just break right off of her neck, just shattered. So it says here in the books, psychologically, hematite is strong. It
Mm-hmm.
supports timid women,
Mm.
boosts self esteem and survivability, enhances willpower and reliability, and imparts confidence. The stone removes self limitations and aids expansion. It's useful for overcoming compulsions and addictions. So, for healing, it's good for circulatory problems and anemia. It supports the kidneys in cleansing blood and regenerates tissue. So that is hematite,
And
one
it
of my
look
favorite
and it
stones.
looks like both Nancy and Angela really could use it, is what they're saying.
Good, good. We have actually the thing I like about hematite is it's relatively inexpensive. Like the
Mm-hmm.
rings are $3, and we have necklaces here that are only $6.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if there's something that you wanted, I could wrap it for you or make a bracelet. And actually, Nicole is making some bracelets now
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So um, that is
Mm-hmm.
hematite.
Hematite, great stone. And then also, Angela makes jewelry as well. You need to make yourself some jewelry, Angela.
There we go. And did you want to, because of time, do you
Yep,
want to
we're
just move
almost.
on?
Well, you did also select
I also
Tiger's Eye.
selected Tiger Eye, and it's also one of my favorites just because it's good for not only grounding as well as the hematite, but for opening and expanding your intuition.
Mm-hmm. Really
So,
good stone, that Tiger's Eye. It has so many wonderful things. So Angela says, she just started working with her pendulum again, actually just today, and it just cut her off a little bit.
said she needed to find ghee
And what the heck is that?
and doing a collection of.
Okay. Anyway, she said
Okay.
Okay, so sorry, it answered her really strong right off the bat. Anyway, it said she needs to find ghee. Oh, okay. And what the heck is that? She's currently doing a collection called "Oops" with hematite. Hey, perfect. She's backwards. Okay, no, that's all cool. Very, see, it's all perfect. And I think that when the stones say talk about me today, it's what's going on with the consciousness of everybody. So we
Mm-hmm.
kind of listen to what the stones tell us.
Exactly.
Yes, very awesome. So, coming up this week, so we will be closed tomorrow for Christmas and the day after, so Tuesday and Wednesday, the regularly scheduled events and programs are going to be canceled. We'll be back Thursday. Thursday is the Jody and Della show, and have had great feedback on that. It's from 12 to 1. People just can't
Jody's
stop.
funny, isn't she?
She is funny, and people just can't stop watching her. So that's from 12 to 1 here. And then Thursday night is Ask Lori, actually 5:30 to 6. So you would email me one psychic question, and I will answer it for you live on the air. Fridays.
Crystal's Corner. This Friday, actually, I'm going to be talking about the elements and how blah, 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 how they correlate and how to work with them. So another thing that Michelle and I are doing, because Michelle's going to be here Thursday and Friday,
Yes.
and we are both going to be doing the New Year readings, basically what the New Year is bringing in for you. So I'm actually going to be utilizing my tea leaf reading deck, and Michelle is going to be doing hers with playing cards.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Before we go, Angie has a question. I think ghee. I feel like it's a spirit guide, to be honest. I don't think it's a food. I don't think it's anything. I think it's a spirit guide. That's what her pendulum said she needs to be working or finding ghee.
Ghee, it doesn't make sense to work with ghee with your stones. From what I know, there's two different things of ghee. One is a martial arts uniform,
Right.
and the other one, I think it's a form of lard. I think. So I think Lori's on the right track with it being one of your guides. It might be even short for a name. So.
Ghee and ghee, yeah.
Oh, it referred to your diet. Oh, okay.
This was a table she was doing. It still could be with that lard.
Yeah. Oh. Recognition, reward for merit.
All right. Well, then work with it. So I need lard. I think not. I still think it's a guide. That might help you with your diet, and the guide might be confirming and affirming some things. So meditate on it. If it is a guide, you'll see that word pop up a lot. All right. Or the sounding of it. Okay.
Is ghee? Was it GHEE or was it G? How was it? Or did you hear it?
With their pendulum.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, I think that we get spacey because I think it's because we're both psychic and we're like open, and then it's hard to stay grounded with this because it's like I want to go. Sometimes the words. Oh, it's GHEE. Ah, they called it that. It's an Asian butter.
Asian. I'm Asian.
She knows.
I know.
All right. Well, I'm going to say meditate on it, but I think it's a guide. It's all good. Anyway, well, we're the show is, our time is up for today. We have appointments that we have to kind of head on out, right?
Yep. Merry Christmas to you as well.
And Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and we'll be back Thursday. And thank you for joining me, Crystal.
Thank you for having me and not hitting me or giving me a dirty look.
Although I wanted to do a sing-along, but Crystal won't.
I won't. I won't.
So that was your Christmas present, everybody.
Yes, trust me. It was a present for us not to sing.
All right. Well, thank you, and happy, safe, and blessed holiday. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.